You know, it's good to be the influencer. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Delete. Re-upload. It's great to be the influencer. I mean, my God, Wrestling with Regret is at an all-time high. All the right numbers are going up, and I just finished celebrating 10 seasons of quality, high-end wrestling YouTube content. But I have to admit, there's been one thing this past year that has given myself, the bona fide YouTube celebrity, a bit of pause. And that has been the utter stagnation of the YouTube Championship, or if we want to refer to it by its full Christian name, the Wrestling with Regret YouTube Championship. You see, from day one, I had plans, big plans for that title. And from this moment forward, I refuse to allow the world try and dictate to me how to use that championship and what direction to put it in. So I took a stand. I called the champion, the longest reigning champion, Levi Shapiro. I called him up and I said, Levi, Booby, next time you're at the United Wrestling Network tapings in California, why don't you go knock some heads for an extra charge and add some prestige to the championship it so richly deserves? And that's exactly what he did. In this exclusive footage, you are going to see Levi's first title defense in over a year for that YouTube championship, doing what he does best, delivering a timeless beatdown, and doing it, for what other reason, for the content.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adnan Qureshi with the United Wrestling Network, and we have a very special treat for you today, as Brian Zane and Wrestling with Regret have sanctioned a special title defense of the Wrestling with Regret YouTube Championship to take place right here. In fact, the champion has some words to say. So without further ado, let me present to you your Wrestling with Regret YouTube Champion, Timeless Levi Shapiro.
There you see him, the Wrestling with Regret YouTube champion, Todd Kennelly, James Kincaid here for the call to the action. We are going to have a sanctioned match for the Wrestling with Regret YouTube title.
Yeah, it looks like Levi Shapiro has something on his mind. Brian Zane, of course, his influencer.
I'm issuing an open challenge to anybody within the United Wrestling Network. And if anybody wants to come on down to this ring right now and get their butt handed to them, I'll do it the timeless way. And the best timeless way is doing it for the content.
And introducing his opponent from sunny Southern California, weighing in at 3,000 butterflies, Gentleman Jervis.
Wow, James, how about this? Gentleman Jervis stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, no surprise to see Jervis want this opportunity. I am a little surprised that Levi would be so magnanimous in offering one, not usually the timeless one style.
Well, and certainly, you know, expect the unexpected when you issue an open challenge. But would you expect anybody as unpredictable as Gentleman Jervis bringing a little razzmatazz to the squared circle?
It could be, there he goes. It could be a tough matchup for the timeless one, as he likes to do his homework. He's a student of the game. That unpredictability of Jervis might spell disaster for Levi Shapiro.
I mean, I don't care how much tape study you do, you can't prepare for the tickling offense of Gentleman Jervis.
I know I couldn't.
See what it is all about. The Wrestling with Regret YouTube title up for grabs. Levi Shapiro saying he wants adversaries, he wants a challenge. He's got one here in Gentleman Jervis.
Yeah, he's been resting a little bit on those YouTube laurels. Time to do it more for the content. We are underway, and Jervis right out of the gate with some clotheslines.
Oh, he floored the champ twice. Swing and a miss by timeless Levi Shapiro. Look at the agility now by Gentleman Jervis. Rear waist lock, little ballroom dancing. How do you do? Look for the leg sweep. Champ wise to it. Nice counter right to the throat.
Yeah, turning the tide there. Oh,
no.
Come on.
Right in the butterflies.
God, kick the butterflies up to his throat. Cover.
Oh, not this way. Are you kidding me? Into the cover now? Oh, and Gentleman Jervis, self-preservation, gets to the ropes. But what can he have left after that brutal low blow?
I mean, you know, good on Jervis for even staying in this matchup. I thought that was all she wrote after. Timeless Levi Shapiro took another shortcut. Staple of his offense is doing that.
Well, Levi Shapiro, he knows every trick in the book. He will bend, if not outright break the rules. Now you see a deliberate choke. He knows he's got about 4 3/4 seconds to work with, and he'll use all of them.
I always say Levi Shapiro, well, he's never met a shortcut that he didn't take, and he is proving that in the ring right now with Jervis as he is defending that Wrestling with Regret YouTube Championship.
Jervis was out to a quick start. And that has, the tide has turned in a big way. Pulls him out of the corner into the cover, dead center of the ring, almost dead to rights, but Jervis continues to fight on.
Jervis has to find a way to turn the tide here. Yeah, you're right, though, TK. He has not found really an answer outside of just being able to stay in this matchup, which was impressive in and of itself. Great ring awareness, but Jervis still in a bad way here.
Jervis found the safety of the ropes once and now twice, and that will cause the Wrestling with Regret YouTube champion to break the hold, which he does. And that's Jervis has got to create some daylight here, get some distance, and now starts to unload the strikes, palm strikes.
As soon as he does that, though, Timeless Levi Shapiro comes right back and shoots him into that corner. Some vicious shots to Jervis.
Big time Beal out of the corner. Can almost imagine the pain and anguish etched on the face of Gentleman Jervis as the champion continues to go to work. Not pretty, but very effective offense.
Incredibly effective, and yes, gone is all that enthusiasm and the fire of Jervis from the beginning. Look at that, though, the alacrity, the agility of Jervis.
Little spank, and again, now the unpredictable offense. Look at this.
That's got to get into the head. Got to frustrate somebody like Levi Shapiro.
Fools rush in. Shapiro might find out the hard way, but now Snake Eyes, and Jervis just crumbles to the canvas again. The champion back in control.
Yeah, Levi right back on top of Jervis, and now we're going to choke there again. Trying to asphyxiate Jervis, make it harder for him to keep his conditioning up during the course of this match, perhaps.
So far from the champion, we've seen a low blow, 2 blatant choke attempts. I mean, there's no low that he won't stoop to. But now, how about this fire? In Gentleman Jervis, pace quick, it's big bulldog by the champion. Time tested. And timeless into the cover, only a count of 2.
Yeah, miscalculation from Jervis. And, you know, for all the negative things, all of the shortcuts that Levi does take is that he is a calculated thinking person's wrestler in that ring. And that's what led to that bulldog and that near fall. Jervis, though, continuing to show fight, resilience.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when it comes, he's hard-nosed as the champion. He doesn't do any high risk. You're not going to see any flips, but he does know every loophole when it comes to being in there.
No doubt about that. Does Levi Shapiro, though, cut now? He's in a bad way. You're going to get hurt.
Elevator going down all the way to the basement. Gentleman Jervis climbing his way back into this title matchup. Are we going to see history made here, James Kincaid?
That would be tremendous content, in my opinion. A little bit of a whirly gig from Jervis into that Russian leg sweep. And all of a sudden, the leader of the Friendship Farm in control.
Oh, rolling him into the cover, only a count of 2, and the champion forced to power out and now trying to take a breather. He's heading for the hills.
Levi Shapiro loves to take a timeout whenever possible, go out there and collect himself. Maybe heading for the hills here.
Well, I imagine that
he's got that championship belt.
Yeah, you got to be careful. I would think normal champion's advantage is in play here. If it can only change hands on pinfall or submission. Oh. Jervis brings him in the hard way.
And Levi is in a bad way.
Up kick there by the champion creates some distance. Shapiro having a tough time getting back to his feet after Jervis scored with that offense. Look out here.
Gone is that confident, smug smirk of Levi Shapiro. He's in the deep water now with Gentleman Jervis.
Jervis now dragging the champion out. Oh, there it is, that double stomp, bunny hop stomp by Gentleman Jervis. How do you do? New champion on the way? No, only a count of 2.
Hesitation might have cost him there.
Tell you what, Jervis has put a lot of opponents away with that. Now going to double down, going up top.
Look at Levi, though. He's grabbed for that championship again.
Oh, wide open shot by the champion. Blatant attempt to get this thing thrown out.
Yeah, so much for wanting to bring on adversaries and defend this championship with respect. Ray, you didn't win the match.
Yeah, give me a break. I don't know what kind of rules they have in the YouTube division of Wrestling with Regret, but that's got to be a blatant disqualification.
Absolutely, and I'm sure, in spite of that, though, his influence.
Will anybody know that Levi Shapiro is the soul of Wrestling with Regret? Do it